right, I'm not left, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, I'm not libertarian. I'm a human being.
What up, YouTube? It's Mike. I'm back with the Clip Farm. And today we are going to be talking about the Georgia DA and her lover. And I thought the judge did an amazing job. So I'm going to play her video here, and I'm going to break down some of the things that I caught. And if there's a few things that I may have missed, man, let me know in the chat. And let me go ahead and hit this real quick for you.
The fruit of the poisonous tree here. Wouldn't this mean that all the evidence gathered by Nathan Wade, don't they have to throw that out?
Well, you know, you can certainly make that argument, but remember who the judge is. This is a judge, you'll recall, Sean, that I told you didn't have the spine to hold Fani Willis in contempt when she started running the courtroom, pointing her finger at him and telling everybody that she wasn't on trial.
And what she's referring to here, I'm going to pan over. She's correct. This judge did not do that. I believe it's no, not this one, this one. So what the judge there is talking about, here's Fani right here in court.
Delta records for flights that you may have taken when no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So she is somewhat correct there. She is not on trial. However, you don't get to go into a court of law, try people, and lie about it. So with that being said, yes, you're not the one looking at jail time. However, you don't get to lie in a courtroom about your bull crap. So go back over here to the judge.
So this judge, who is 2 weeks away from his next election and doesn't want to upset any of his constituents, makes a decision that is absurd. If Wade is in a situation where he was so dishonest that he lied about the relationship that they've got to cut him from the case, why isn't Fani being cut from the case? I mean, that is an absolute bottom line question. This is a case that is mired in scandal and is mired in, and as the judge said, an odor of mendacity, dishonesty, and lies. And for the judge to come out and say, you know, I don't know if this is an actual conflict of interest. We've still got the Georgia bar, and we've got this state investigative commission, 4 commissions that can look into this. Judge, you were the one who sat in the evidentiary hearing. You were the one who were supposed to make the decision about what witnesses were lying and what witnesses were telling the truth. And for you to decide that Wade, the boyfriend, he's got to go because he is not capable of telling the truth. He lied about the same thing she lied about, and she confirmed his lies. But he goes and she doesn't. Look, the speech she made at the church, Sean, is enough. That is race baiting. As a DA, I would be canned from.
So what she's referring to is about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she was at a church down in Georgia. I do have a short clip of that I'll share with you guys. The other thing I think I might have missed early on was that judge, I believe she said that he was up for re-election. So I looked into that, and that is true. This judge is up for re-election, Judge Scott McAfee. So if you'd like to reach out to him, his campaign stuff is right here. Believe he's up in 2 weeks out of Atlanta, Georgia. Keep Judge McAfee at gmail.com. So if you feel like messaging him or whatever, I kind of scrolled past his stuff a little quick there because he had pictures of his family with his kids, and I'm not going to show kids on here as much as I can. So, but I'm gonna pan over to the just a quick, because there's like a 40-minute speech or so at the church. But what judge was referring to here, she did say some disparaging things about Trump and others. So I'll just play just this little bit here at the church. I'm not gonna force you guys to listen to all of it, but this is her at church.
Dear God, I do not want to be like those that attack me. I never want to be a Marjorie Taylor Greene who has never met me, but has allowed her spirit to be filled with hate. How does this woman, who has the honor of being a leader in my state, how is it that she has not reached out to me? She can tell me, I don't agree with anything you're doing, but I do not agree with people threatening your life or the life of your family. That is conduct that is wrong and intolerable, and as a leader, I shall not stand for it.
So with that, she went on Marjorie Taylor Greene for about 10 minutes or so. You know, the phone works both ways there, Fani. Did you ever reach out to her? You guys are complete opposite on the political spectrum, and you have an agenda you're pushing, and she's going against that agenda. So it is what it is. Your feelings about the RNC and the MAGA Republicans and all that, it's clear you have a bias. It's clear. And the fact that you haven't been thrown out is beyond me. But I'm going to go back real quick to the judge. She has a little bit more to share that I was going to play.
For making a speech like that, basically saying that a defendant that I'm prosecuting is a racist. And that is enough to get her off. But this judge doesn't have the chutzpah to get him off, to get her off the case, and leaves it up to her. And for anybody who has any doubt, she's not going to leave this case. She could care less that Wade is gone. She got 5 vacations or 6 vacations in 5 months. And the judge said, well, we can't be sure how much money really passed, but there wasn't enough evidence. Judge, I know you're new to this, but your job is to decide the facts, decide the evidence, who lied, what the money amount was, and you can't then turn around and say, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. And also, this guy, Terrence Bradley, who's the boyfriend's lawyer, he said in an affidavit they absolutely started the affair before the job. He takes the stand, and what's the word? He was inconsistent. His demeanor was unusual. He was unresponsive. And he said, I couldn't make a conclusion. Judge, you can make a conclusion by drawing in the fact that there is this inconsistency, there is this guilty demeanor, there is this lack of responsiveness to something that's an absolute sworn to statement. But this judge doesn't have the spine. In the end, the people trying this case, Sean, are going to be trying a case that they know is a mess. The two of them lied, and they're trying to try Donald Trump for lying and offering false statements. And I got to tell you, you know who wins in this case? The prosecutor. With the boyfriend off the case, that's a win for her. This guy doesn't know his way around a courtroom. He's never even tried a felony case, let alone a RICO.
Let alone a RICO case. So I'm going to end it there with the judge. But yeah, she's onto something. The prosecutor was thrown out. My question is, when they allowed Fani Willis to go talk to the church, and I'll leave the link to that video if you guys want to watch that whole thing. But I found it interesting that, you know, she had over 2,000 plus phone calls, 12,000 text messages, and 35 plus times Wade came over to her condo and at least 2 nights after 10 p.m. and stayed till 5 a.m. Is that something that the church agrees with people that are married? I don't know. That's up for, I guess, you to decide, but I don't believe a damn thing that she says. I did see that this judge did throw out 6 charges, and we did talk about it in a video on this channel. That's a good start, but he still has there was total of 71 charges down there. But in my opinion, anything that came from her, Fani Willis, or this guy, it's the fruit of the poison tree. It's all trash. It's all garbage. It all needs to be thrown out. They can't prove shit. She can't even prove where they spent their money. She's absolute waste of Georgia's money, and she shouldn't even be a DA. She shouldn't be in government at all. So with that being said, I'm going to follow this case a little bit more. Stuff's coming out every day, so I'm going to wait until I hear a couple more things, but I'll be back on the more Fani Willis stuff. But Judge absolutely killed it on this report. I just wanted to show a couple of the things that she hit on. and I couldn't let you sit there and watch that 40 minutes of her at church. But with that being said, look forward to myself, Matt, or Jay hitting these stories. We'll be together. Sometimes we'll be together, individuals, all that. We're just going to touch on things that we're all interested in. So thanks again for coming, and I'll see you in the next one.